What that was?
Huh?
What was your comment?
What's the issue, sir?
I'm asking you a question. What was your comment?
I don't answer questions.
No. Oh.
Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at a body cam that popped up on my feed last night. It's definitely one of the stranger body cams I've seen recently. Not because of anybody getting arrested or busted for anything, but more so because of how this one cop acts. He's definitely one of the fragile ones, and you'll see what I mean here in a bit. The situation starts with these two guys walking by and they say something under their breath to this officer, which then prompts the officer to start following them like a hall monitor.
I really don't have time to... Do I have...
What do you say?
Now, I don't know what these guys said to this officer. You can't even really hear it in the video, but it seemed like something really short and they just wanted to talk shit to this officer. Whatever. Probably not a smart thing to do, if I'm being honest, because you never know which cops are, you know, power trippers or gonna get easily offended over some joke you throw at them. But clearly this officer didn't like what they said, so he tries to follow them and stop them.
What that was?
Huh?
What was your comment?
What's the issue, sir?
So the cop chases him down and asks what he said. I'm gonna take an educated guess here and assume that the guys didn't say some nice shit to that cop, and the cop just wants clarification. And then obviously after that you heard the guy say, "What's the issue, officer?" in response to what the officer asked. And here's where it starts to escalate, okay? The officer then just grabs bro.
I'm asking you a question. What was your comment?
I don't answer questions.
No. Oh. Let me explain something.
Whoa.
The cop just straight up does a technical foul on this guy, even though he committed no crime, from what it seems like. At this point, you can kind of tell already that this officer's on a power trip, and he's probably a bit insecure. Maybe got bullied in high school, perhaps? I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I really can't think of any other reason for why a cop would act like this. It's not against the law to talk shit. You know what I mean? And later on in the clip, I believe they do establish that all this guy was doing was just cussing at the cop. That's all he was doing. Obviously not a recommended thing to do, of course. You know, you might piss off the wrong cop, like in this case, but it's still legal. So like there's no reason this guy should be stopped right now. But they stay there for like a good 10 minutes. Just watch.
I'm talking to you. I can. So don't do that.
Sir.
And it's being recorded, so no need.
Well, what's your issue?
But I'm asking you a question.
And I don't want to answer the
Okay, let me
question.
explain something. How about this? Let me see your ID. Let me see your ID. Where's your ID? Could I get your ID, please? That's my last time asking you.
Hold on.
Could I get the ID? That was my I asked you 3 times. I'm not going to ask you again. Could I get your ID?
Please.
Could I please get your ID? That's the 3rd time I'm asking you.
Can I reach for my pocket?
I asked you to give me the ID.
No, sir. Officer, you're asking.
Do me a favor, have us stand over there.
Boss, we're cut the investigation is with him, so you can stand there, but we're talking with him.
My thing is this though, where is all this coming from?
You know, I would be just as confused as bro if I were in this situation. Like, what the fuck do you do in this? Like, if he runs, he's fucked. He can't run. He has to stay there for no good reason. And this guy tries to stand his ground throughout this entire clip, but this officer just doesn't back down.
When I say all the way to the end, I want
Provide the ID and he can talk to you.
Yeah, but what I want to know is where all this is coming from. Can I have a sergeant, please?
I mean, the sergeant was present, so...
Let me explain something to you.
Okay,
You guys want the respect from us, but you're gonna give me the respect.
I don't know.
No, you want to know why? So you ask for respect, I'm gonna give you respect. But when you disrespect me in such fashion because I'm doing my job, then we have a problem. Then when I'm coming up to you to talk to you, you want to get an attitude and go hit me with the, oh, I don't have to talk to you. I can make it where you talk to me because I'm gonna ask you for your ID.
What's funny about this is he doesn't have to give his ID. This cop is just on an insecure power trip. That's all that's happening right now, just because he got cussed at. And sure, it was dumb of him to do, but that doesn't give the cop the right to then start grabbing this guy to hold him hostage for a conversation where he's demanding his ID and demanding his respect. Like, bro, in a nutshell, this dude put himself in an inescapable cutscene, and this dude's on a power trip because his feelings got hurt. What a situation.
So that's the issue here, okay?
That's the issue, sir.
But let me explain that, and that's why I'm explaining to you.
Wait, keep listening. Just keep listening. You get your time to talk, but keep listening.
The fact that the other cop stepped in just to say, hey, listen to him, man. Don't talk. Don't use your freedom of speech. You didn't commit a crime, but you need to shut up right now. You can't use your First Amendment anymore.
It's the principle of how you did it. Okay. It's not like I'm disrespecting you or whatever, but then when I'm asking you a question, like the effort, like I can't ask you a question. I can ask you anything, and I can get your ID, and I can take whatever I need to get.
What was it that triggered you to ask me?
I just
That's all
told
I'm
you,
asking.
sir.
Okay.
I asked you. You said whatever you said your comment, right? And I asked you.
What was my
What was your comment?
Okay.
I asked you. What did you say?
Right.
Because it's fuckery, right? What we're doing, we're bothering people. This is our job.
About? I'm talking to. That's what
Am
I'm
I
trying to
talking
say.
to you or am I
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm
That's
talking to
what
him.
you thought he
He
said.
comes into
So, what
my
I'm asking
conversation.
is
So he
that
goes,
you-
"What did you say?"
The guy makes a decent point here. The cop did butt himself in the conversation. He quite literally walked over and grabbed the guy in order to have it. So like, yeah, this cop is obviously on a power trip. I've said it like 3 times now. Sure, what this guy did was dumb too, but he doesn't deserve this treatment. And this clip just progressively gets more goofy. The cop eventually admits that this is all because he didn't like the guy's attitude.
So I'm gonna tell you what I said in my conversation.
So what did you say? So the attitude behind it. The attitude behind it.
Ladies and gentlemen, attitude is now illegal. You can't have it. I don't think I've ever seen a sassier cop. I just realized that. Sass levels are off the charts with this one. No doubt. True diva.
No, what I said was that was fucked up. But what am I talking
But
about?
my thing is this: when I asked you,
What I'm trying to say is, what am I
but when I
talking about?
asked you, what was the comment that you said? It's the attitude that came behind. It's not your dog. I'm not no dog. I'm not anything.
It's a level of respect that we're, like I said, we're providing you respect, and that's the thing that's going back.
No, the level of respect. You
It's
come
the
and
level
grab
of
me
respect
and you
because
pull
I'm
me
talking to
around.
you and you're walking away from me like as if I'm not talking.
Because why am I supposed to stop?
Because I'm talking to you. You don't just walk away. That what are you guys not understanding?
This shit might be the most pointless stop I've ever seen. If you know your rights, you know that you can just walk away from something like this. Obviously, it's not the smartest thing to do in this situation because this cop clearly looks like he's abusing his power real quick to make some insecure ass point. And if this guy moves an inch, he'd probably get tased. But yeah, it's wrong that he even has to stand there in the first place and he's being required to stay there, especially after being grabbed. Like, come on.
If the officer's
I don't have
approaching
freedom
you,
of speech to sit there and talk to me.
listen to what I'm saying. If the officer is approaching you and trying to talk to you and you giving the attitude and keep walking like as if I'm not talking to you, you don't think that's disrespectful or rude?
The cop acts like disrespect is against the law. Disrespect happens daily. People disrespect each other. It's not against the law. It's not recommended, of course. You know, you want to keep your respect and your peace with people, but it's also not against the law. So I don't know why this cop is acting like it is. It's kind of weird.
What I'm trying to say.
It's a yes or no question.
Look, I hear what you're saying.
Is it a yes or no
what I'm trying to
question?
say is that you jumped into a
Was it a
conversation.
yes or no question?
The answer is no.
So the guy clearly tries to reason with this cop. He even understands where the cop is coming from and understands that what he said was disrespectful. But he also stands up for himself and what his rights are. He does not have to stop here to talk to this cop. He did not break any laws. He's not suspicious of anything. He's just a guy who doesn't like cops who's using his free speech about it.
Because I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to get your attention and you just walk off of me like I'm nobody. That's rude. That's rude.
Okay.
That's
Sorry
the
that
problem.
you couldn't grab somebody for being rude. I'm sorry.
Maybe you're not getting
I'm
one of the big picture.
I didn't know that I can sit there, jump into somebody other man's conversation.
Maybe you're not
you
getting
don't
the
know what I
picture
was even
of what I'm
talking
saying.
about, bro. You don't even know what I was talking
Okay,
about.
so
to say
that part
was
just
fucked
went
up.
over your head.
As far as what?
As the part of me
You're just
coming
walking
to
off.
you
Look,
and you walking off from me. That is the issue that I have.
If you have an issue with that, my man, I'm sorry. Can I either get my idea go? If not,
But I'm just explaining to you
and
what you
I
asked.
apologize. So what else more do you want from me?
But you're asking me to explain, but you keep telling me about, so what I'm explaining to you again for the umpteenth time, so maybe you can understand it, is you said a comment. I came up to you to ask you a question, and when I'm asking you, you still walk over me like I'm not talking to you. You cannot do that. That is rude.
I think this cop has been making the same point for like 5 minutes now, expecting a different result each time he tries to make that point. Like, what is he even saying? He's just going in circles at this point. And he keeps harping on the, it's rude. Like, bro, it's not illegal to be rude. What are you on about, bro? This cop is so unserious. And actually, no, he's too serious. How much y'all want to bet that this officer probably got bullied in school? Like, I'm willing to bet that that is probably the root of the problem here. You could just write this case off as another cop power tripping because he got bullied as a kid.
What did you say? I said
That is rude.
That's fucked up.
That is not what you said.
I sit there in a conversation that doesn't even involve.
Okay, maybe
Right?
you're
Hold on.
getting
What I'm trying to say is
mixed up.
that I sit there and I said, well, that's fucked up. keep walking. You said, what did you say?
And what did you say? That is not what you
and
said.
I kept walking. Next,
that
you know
what you said, or
that's
is it not
exactly
what
what I
that
said.
is not what you
I said
said.
that is.
Did you not give me a little face or whatever? And then
No,
I'm like,
I
come
turned
here.
around and I said, that's fucked up.
And I said,
And I
come
turned
here,
around.
and you keep walking. That's why I grabbed you.
That's why I grabbed you is probably said about 20 times in this clip, because this cop just keeps on circling around the same point. And he keeps trying to like reason why he grabbed him when he knows deep down that he shouldn't have done that. But this officer just dies on the hill of trying to argue it over and over again when it's like, bro, we know you shouldn't have grabbed him. I don't know why you're trying to argue for it. Overall, how I feel about this though is that I don't think the cop should have grabbed the guy, and I also don't think that this guy should have talked shit on the cop. It's just not a smart decision. You know, I'm not against, you know, verbally expressing your disdain for cops. That's totally fine. Like, I don't care. But you might run into a situation is all I'm gonna say, and I don't want to test my luck. There's definitely a decent portion of power tripping cops out there, and yeah, just not trying to test my luck with that. But eventually in this body cam footage, the guy continues to not listen to the cop. The cop finally realizes that there's no reason for why this guy should be stopped, so they kind of just walk away.
You're not getting it across. You're getting it across. He's just not listening.
Yeah,
Because it's the idea of doing whatever you want. Yeah, it don't work that way.
It actually does work that way. It's protected by the First Amendment. Like, what are these goofy ass cops talking about, bruh? So after I watched this body cam, I wanted to do some research, and I looked up who this cop was because I wanted to see if he had any history of power tripping in the past. And to sum it up, yeah, he definitely does. I'll show you one picture from this other body cam footage. I'm not gonna play the actual footage because it's crazy, but it involves the same officer. His name's Marquise Williams. And if you have a trigger warning for violence, yeah, I would click off in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I warned you. Look at this frame, bruh. This dude was straight choking a man. This is how he treated a shoplifter. And obviously, you know, you could jump into the debate of, oh, well, he shouldn't have been shoplifting. Bro, you don't deserve to get choked for that. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, this cop should probably get fired, or at least, like, he should go back into training. But honestly, I think he should get fired because I also learned that this guy has been a cop for 13 years. So I'm sure he's fully aware of how a good cop should act. He's experienced. It just seems like he chooses to go on frequent power trips. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you shouldn't bully people, especially while you're younger. You know, they might grow up to be power tripping cops. You never know. Anyways, yeah, obviously an insecure ass cop. This is power tripping, plain and simple. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. It helps out in the algorithm. And if y'all want to see more content like this in the future, then feel free to subscribe. That all being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure y'all are staying safe, hydrated, and healthy. For those who noticed, I stopped daily uploading. I don't think I can promise it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Some days I just want to chill, and some days I want to grind out 2 videos in one day. You know what I mean? And I always find myself going back and forth between whether I want to daily upload or bi-daily upload. And I go crazy over that, bro. So I'm just gonna upload when I feel like it. That'll probably be around close to daily. You might even get 2 videos in one day from me. I'm just gonna upload when I feel like it. I'm not gonna hold myself to like some exact consistent schedule. You'll get consistent uploads from me. I can promise that. Anyways, have a good one, y'all. Peace out.